Hello, and welcome to episode 82 of Anime Territory. I'm your host this week, Benjamin Chapping, and with me as always is my co-host, Johnny Blinko Ruhal.
Okay. I was wondering what you're going to do for nickname. This is the main reason why I let you host it instead of me taking two in a row, because I didn't want to come up with a nickname. You already had one.
Yep.
Blinko, though. How'd you know that was my middle name?
Just a guess.
Oh, okay.
Today we will be discussing the movie Project A-ko.
Going old school.
Old school, 1986.
About 8 years before either of us was born.
Yes. Okay, so first off, why did you choose this movie? This is your pick.
So we have those free anime channels from Samsung Smart TV, and one of the Project A-ko movies was just playing one day, and I'm like, oh yeah, Project A-ko exists. I remember this being funny. Let's watch it for the podcast, but I don't want you to I don't want you to know anything about it before we go in, because I think the less you know, the better.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that.
Because, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like, this is funny. It's a movie, so we can watch it and record it in the same day, and then we can get one in the can, and then we can move on to maybe something else. And because I knew there's something we wanted to do, but we're like, we need more time to do that one.
Okay.
I don't remember which one it was, but I know there was we wanted to watch a 24 episode show, and it's like, we should probably have something in the can just because our schedules get busy there. So I was like, hey, we can watch and record this.
Okay.
And get it in the can.
So were you under the assumption that I didn't watch this? I haven't watched this movie?
So here's the thing. I thought you hadn't.
I'm almost positive I have.
Okay, so that's the thing. You're not for sure either.
I am 95% sure, or 90% sure I've seen this movie before.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I am pretty positive I have seen this movie before.
So I wrote down some questions. I don't know if we want to do our typical format for this, because I don't want to say much.
Yeah, I guess.
So I guess in a spoiler free, what I'll say is that this is an 80s sci-fi comedy.
Action comedy.
Or parody.
Okay. I'm not too versed in what it would be parodying, but... Okay.
Well, no, I just mean the genre in general.
Oh, okay.
Because when we get to the spoiler things, I've got questions for you. But no, I couldn't remember if it was you or my other friend, my other closest friend that I watched this with, and it might have been all three of us.
I think it might have been all three of us.
Do you remember a scene that wasn't in this movie where there's a bunch of secret agents in a room? Then they all they're all at their newspapers, and then they we've been seeing them all movie, and just these people that are hiding with it. Okay,
no,
because there's I won't
the
say
scene
that
I think I've seen this movie was when she was starting to fight the robots.
Okay.
That I'm I've seen this before.
So what did a lot of scenes have that I've seen this before?
Yeah, I think the ending I think I've seen that ending too.
Okay. Because I guess we'll get into before we get into spoilers, what would you rank this movie?
7.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Music good, action good, it's good humor. Plot doesn't make sense though.
Plot's whatever. The plot's...
There's issues with the movie, but as a whole, it's just a fun time.
Well, I think the plot being whatever is part of the parody of part of the comedy of look at this contrast.
Just that one character is just please stop talking.
Yeah, Seiko's terrible. I don't like Seiko. Which is the opposite of everybody in the universe of the show. So I guess we'll get into spoilers here. So I just want to ask my questions. So sure. I think I already have the first answer because you gave it a 7. Did you like this?
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay. Would you watch the sequel or the spinoff to this?
Probably. I don't think I would we would do an episode on
no,
it.
No. I just mean like, hey, let's throw on Project Echo 2 or something.
Sure.
So I will just say the spinoff, from what I've read, I think I might have started to watch the spinoff and then like, oh, this isn't the same continuity and turned it off or something. Eiko and Biko are like space bounty hunters. And they have to go like rescue Seiko when she gets kidnapped by aliens or something.
Okay.
So it's just like this whole other thing.
Interesting.
So this kind of might be throwing off, because I wrote down this question expecting you to have never seen this.
Okay.
Did you expect Seiko to be the alien and Eiko to be a completely normal Japanese high school girl?
No, because I wrote a prediction at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
About what was going to happen, and it was completely off.
I want to hear your prediction now.
My prediction was Eiko was the meteorite that destroyed Graviton City.
Okay. No, I don't think that's the case. I'm fairly for sure because we see her parents.
Yep.
At the end of the movie.
And then I'm like, or is at least connected to it.
Yeah, nope.
Seiko's
the alien. Which that was like the twist that's like, whoa, what? Seiko's the alien? So Eiko's just a normal human being?
Yep, superhuman being.
She just has all those powers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. But yeah, those are the questions that I wrote down. Because like that's the big twist, is I think. And this time watching it, it sort of felt underwhelming because I'm just like, oh, yep, they kidnapped Seiko.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I didn't feel like maybe you would know. Would it?
I don't know. I guess it's kind of underwhelming regardless of I think what the plot was. Just because, again, I'm just like, yeah, take Seiko away from here. I don't care. So in that terms, I'm like, whatever. But
yeah, it's just. I just remember it being a bigger reveal of like, what? But it wasn't. It's just like, oh yeah, Seiko's the alien.
Yeah, they just didn't make a big deal out of it. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm taking the princess with us, and then we're going to the ship, and there's nothing else. Yeah. Usually I think this, like the kidnapping would be the, I guess like it is the end. Situation? It would be like maybe the beginning of part 2 of the story, up to like. Then you'll learn some stuff about her like history and why she's so important and all that, and then you get to the third part ending. But
this is just the action's pretty much all in the middle.
Yeah, but there's like no through plot. It's just like, oh, we kidnapped her, and then the action is still happening. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like this show has got like such a big contrast between like. For the most part, at the beginning, all the stuff with the aliens is sort of like serious.
It starts out very. It seems like it's starting out very seriously.
Yes, they're like, we're doing these space station checks, and like they spend more time on these space station checks than I remember. Like, you know, and then we get Eiko and Seiko, and they're like, oh, okay, she's running really fast and jumping around and crashing through things, and it's just like. The whole time when we're with Eiko and it's like Eiko versus Biko, it's just like, I guess we're doing this. We're gonna every day at school. She fights different robots that Biko makes, and
which was the better part of the movie, I
think. Maybe I guess I like the end. I don't know. This movie is weird in that like I don't know if I like it or if I don't like it. I like Eiko as a character. I hate Seiko as a character. Mm-hmm. I like Biko as a character.
I think this movie's better when it's playing more comedy rather than action.
Yeah, I mean the animation was fairly solid. Oh yeah, the action though too.
I'm not a big action person.
Yeah,
I mean, so it's just like if you give me a choice between comedy and action, I'm choosing comedy.
I'll tell you what type of person you are, though. You're the type of person that can appreciate the soundtrack of this movie.
Yeah, it's like city pop. It's great.
Yeah, it's 80s synth, city pop. Great. I mean, it's very 80s, and I like it a lot.
That's probably why it's a 7. It's just, just chill out.
Anytime the music plays, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch the girl kick a robot to some cool music.
Yeah.
I will say, for being made, you said 86?
Yep.
The surprisingly progressive, plot lines on things. So, like, when Biko's like, I'm going to fight you for Seiko. And Eiko and Seiko are just like, Seiko's a person. She's not like a thing to be won. You know, like other things would have people go like, yeah, I'll fight you for her, and then like maybe there's a subversion at the end where the girl being fought over. It's like I'm not an object, but they're just straight away like, what do you mean fight for her? She's a person.
Well, yeah, it's just like Biko's like, yeah, me and Seiko were friends in kindergarten, and then you took her away from me, and Eiko's just like, no, you're a bully.
You put toads down her pants.
No,
which to be fair is a great prank. But I guess I don't know what to say about this. I have one more thing to say about Biko and Eiko and Seiko. For as progressive as that part is, though, it's very much they shy away from just having them straight up be lesbians. It's like, I'm gonna have Seiko be my friend.
Oh yeah.
like no, you've got a crush on her. Yeah. And like. There's a scene where like Seiko and Eiko both say that they love each other, but it's not taken as like a romantic love. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I mean, it could be
after the Colonel Sanders horror movie.
Yeah, I think so. that was a that was a great bit too. They just go to a movie. It's a horror movie where the monster is like a Colonel Sanders like. I think it might have been like a robot or a statue or something with the sounds it was making while walking.
Okay. But is that like an inside bit or?
I think it's
from
just
the animators or something, or is that just like?
I think it's just to showcase how popular Colonel Sanders is in Japan. Okay. I think the animators might have known that it's weird how popular Colonel Sanders is in Japan.
Like, why is it's clearly Colonel Sanders?
Slightly like more blonde than white on the hair, but yeah, it's the Colonel. But the Colonel just shows up in anime sometimes.
That's true.
They love him over there. I mean, I don't want to describe the plot of this show.
The basic is Eiko and Seiko are high school students. They meet Biko. Biko's obsessed with Seiko. And then they fight about it. And then aliens show up.
Biko builds more and more robots to fight Eiko. Eiko takes them out. The aliens are like, I think this is the princess. And we're led to believe that that's Eiko because Eiko can do these crazy-ass things. And it turns out, nope. Seiko's the princess. Also, these aliens have all been women that look like dudes.
Yes.
Which also might be a little progressive. I don't know. They didn't, make any jokes about... I didn't make too many jokes about that. There was the one schoolgirl that looked like a dude that they... Mari. Mm-hmm. Where, sometimes she was voiced by a man and sometimes she was voiced by a woman.
All of the, not background noises, but, the... Ooh.
Yeah, the... efforts, I think is what they call them, were men. And then anytime it was a full sentence, it was a woman's voice. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it's just... What they played was the contrast there is the joke, as opposed to, you're a man. I don't know. It's just, it didn't feel like it was making fun of trans people.
It was just more it looks like a dude, but they're treating the person as a woman. Yeah. There's no jokes about the person being manly.
I mean, other than the contrast in the voices is an implied joke. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not at liberty to say if it's making fun of trans people or not, but I didn't feel like it was.
I didn't get that impression.
Surprisingly progressive for 86. Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk a little bit about the production of this movie?
Sure.
Or the production section on Wikipedia.
This is the segment we call, I don't know.
Wiki check.
Wiki check.
Wiki check yourself before you wreck yourself, something like that. I don't know. Somebody might have already done that.
All right. First of all, the director of this movie was Katsuhiko Nishijima, and he said that he wanted to make a film that directors Mamoru Oshii,
something like that,
and Hayao Miyazaki were not able to make, which is a lighthearted, entertaining film with not much deep social commentary.
Which they are true.
And he nailed it.
Miyazaki cannot make that movie.
I don't think he wants to.
And he did make a light, entertaining movie with no social commentary, as far as I can tell.
This director did, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, what Miyazaki movie are you talking
No,
about?
no, Miyazaki cannot make that movie.
So I'm just like, mission accomplished on that.
Yeah.
Apparently the title is a reference to a Jackie Chan film.
Yep.
Project A, but there's no connection.
Anything, but it was like a working title.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like the names were too, Eiko. Ko is like Japanese
for like
a suffix
for girls' names.
For girl. So
Eiko.
the A girl, B girl, C girl. And then it's just like, whatever. I mean, I think that's part of the parody there too. So and Eiko has the added benefit that there's a name Eiko, which is an actual woman's name. Okay. So
they were intended as generic Jane Doe type names. So
yeah, because they wrote the script and they're like, we need names. Mm-hmm. Whatever, just keep the filler names.
And then this is probably the best one. Is Project Eiko was initially planned to be part of the Cream Lemon series of pornographic OVAs. But during the production of the series, it was decided to make it into a more mainstream film. There's one scene
where Biko's in the bath. That was produced when it was still porno. Yes. Which, like, they made it more mainstream, but they still had 2 scenes with boobs.
Yeah,
and they only say one of them was made when it was still in the porno production area. So they made the first boob scene we see just after that. But it's not like it was any like gratuitous. It was like, oh yeah, she's getting changed in the morning. I don't know. It feels weird. Cause like that, we just set up that girl's 16. Like if it was a woman, if it was an adult woman, I would think that was tasteful. The fact that it's a teenager is a little creepy. But that's Japan for you. It's a little creepy.
See, there was a nod to one of the Cream Lemon episodes in which the director Nishijimi worked on.
Yeah, it's just in the fight at the school. They crash into a schoolroom, and the background characters are characters from that show.
And then Nishijima states, possibly in jest, that he took on this project because he was missing some teeth at the time and needed the funding from this film to buy new ones.
Yeah. It was a paycheck movie for him, is what he's saying. Yes. Which, I mean, that kind of ties into our first thing of like, yeah, he just wanted to make an entertaining thing that was just silly. Which he did. Project succeeded.
Yeah, it's fun. That's it for the notes.
Alright, hopefully we won't wreck. We did do a wiki check, so.
Wiki check.
I mean, do you have anything else to say about this? I know we're real short on time.
We're real short.
I mean, I definitely want to rewatch the second movie because I know for sure it's in the second movie. Because there's a scene that is vivid in my head that I thought was part of the first movie. Okay. But it turns out it was part of the second movie.
I mean, do you want to do Best Girl and all that?
Sure, we can do Best Girl. Okay. It's Best Girl is Eiko.
It's not Seiko.
Yeah, Seiko is Worst Girl.
God, I hate Seiko. Just so annoying.
Yeah. Do we want to do an all aboard?
Sure.
Because I would say that there's 2 obvious ones, but they both involve Seiko.
Ugh.
So I'm just going to throw in a...
No, mine involves Seiko, but it's not the 2 that you're thinking of.
Okay. Seiko in a trash can?
No, it's Seiko and Amari, the bully.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you did.
I think they play well together.
Yeah, they had a good bit at the first where, like, Mari was getting angry and, like... Seiko thought they were playing rock paper scissors and kept winning. It's like Mari's making a fist. It's like, I play paper, I win.
I think Eiko and Biko could be a good ship. Once they get
that's where it's like, yeah, it could work. Mm-hmm. Like I guess in the OVAs they like are a team, but I was kind of reading through the plot and it's like, oh, they might still fight at the end of the movie, or like they didn't say why they were fighting, but I'll just have to watch it to figure it out.
The other really, really random one is that there's that scene with like one of the captains of the the military ship, and like his assistant or something. And for some reason, I think those 2 had real chemistry.
You talking about the people we call dibs on?
Yeah,
because I'm like, that's an adult woman. I'll call dibs.
Oh, see, I thought you were calling dibs with a dude.
No.
Okay.
What? Ben, you know the rules.
Well, you said astronaut, and I'm like, well, that guy looks like the astronaut. She just looks like...
I think they're both in a space station.
Okay.
That got blown up.
Yeah, they're dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But... What do you think the death count was for Eiko?
So here's the thing. When one of the ships exploded, one of the one of the Earth Force pilot jets exploded. Afterwards, I saw like the parachute in the background, the classic G.I. Joe move of the guys in the parachute. So I'm assuming, everybody that was in those buildings destroyed by Eiko and Biko's fight either weren't home or they had parachutes and they're fine.
Okay.
They were wearing the parachutes in their house.
So nobody in that alien ship died?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the aliens... Yeah, no, nobody died. Not even the astronauts who got exploded.
Not even the multiple...
I don't know. I feel like if somebody died, they would have shown us it. I feel like they would have made that joke, or I don't know. There was
that scene where the aliens blew up that space station.
Yeah.
Twice. Well, I don't think they survived that.
Yeah, I will say the aliens probably did kill people, but I don't think Eiko and Biko's fight killed anybody.
Okay. So that just bottom
argument,
bottom floor of the school is completely abandoned.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the all those homes they crashed into, it was in the middle of the day. They were at work or school.
Okay.
There's nobody home.
Okay. How much property damage do you think?
Oh, lots of property damage. Every single day, property damage.
What's impressive is it got fixed that day.
Yeah. I mean, well, they're like the most technologically advanced city in the world.
I guess. That was impressive. It's like that wall got destroyed like 4 times, and every time the next day it was fixed.
That alien was tough too.
Mm-hmm.
She was a tough old bird.
Mm-hmm.
It's especially weird because they were holding their own in a sword fight with Eiko, who's shown to be so powerful, and it's like, but Seiko doesn't have any powers. Are you sure Eiko's not the alien?
Sorry. See. Is the good name for the aliens Ladians? Play on Lady and Aliens? Or would it be like
ladies? I don't know. I'm not going to come up with a race. A name for.
Well, they have the name of the race. Hold on. Well, not the race, but where they're from. They are members of the Lepton Kingdom of Alpha Cygni.
Yeah, so they're Leptons.
Leptons.
It's the name of their kingdom. We're Americans. They're Leptons.
Okay. So, you got anything else to say? It's a super short
one. I mean, so yeah, there's not much like they said, they made this movie without themes. Mm-hmm. So there's not much to really say. If you don't like a bunch of quick panty shots, they don't linger on it ever.
No.
But they're there. I can't deny that they're there. Mm-hmm. So it's got a little bit of that 80s sleaze to it. So if that's a put off, I don't really want to deal with that, then you don't want to necessarily check out this movie. I do think the score is definitely worth checking out. We've mentioned that several times. And it does, parts of it feel like a really good 80s sci-fi. It's just that's not the interesting part of the movie. The interesting part of the movie is the comedy of Eiko and Biko fighting.
Yes.
I think Eiko's a great character. Seiko's not a great character. I think Biko is a good character, though it's probably been done a million times, of the rich spoiled girl that is manipulative. Mm-hmm. We didn't mention the teacher at all.
What class do you think she was teaching? Was it literature?
There was an English textbook.
Okay.
So I think it was literature. Because they
were
at one point they're it was a short poem. So
yeah.
that would be English, or what we call English, not English as a foreign language, but the other thing I wanted to say, I don't know, I don't know why, but I really like Eiko as a character. I wanted to see more Eiko. The only problem is that Seiko will probably show up too. Do you think Eiko could take on Superman?
No.
Okay. Could Eiko take on, who's another like super strong, like strong hero, but not Superman level strong?
Mr. Incredible?
Could Eiko take on Mr. Incredible?
I don't think so. Because she has like super speed as well.
Yeah, that's true. She could probably take on Mr. Incredible. I don't think she could take on The Incredibles, but...
No.
I think she could take on Mr. Incredible.
That's probably around her power range, I would say.
Yeah. So the added agility and speed would definitely benefit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, turn the tide in her favor there. Also,
what?
She wouldn't be able to beat Goku, but she would be able to beat Vegeta.
Okay.
Because there's a episode of Dragon Ball Super. Or first of all, there's an episode of Dragon Ball that establishes that Akira Toriyama's other series, Dr. Slump, like exists in the Dragon Ball world. Because he meets the android Aurelie in Penguin Village, and he meets Dr. Slump. Aurelie shows up in an episode of Dragon Ball Super and fights Vegeta, and Vegeta says that he has a weakness. He can't defeat gag characters, which is what Aurelie is.
Okay.
Because Dr. Slump is a gag manga.
Mm-hmm.
Project Eiko is a gag anime. So Eiko would be able to beat Vegeta because she's technically a gag character. So that's canonical. You can take that to the bank.
I'll have you fight the Dragon Ball fans on that.
Come at me. I love Vegeta, don't get me wrong. But Eiko would kick his butt.
Alright. Anything else?
He'd like throw a mountain at her, and then she would just be like accidentally like brush it off as she's running to school.
She would just like trip or something and go under or like over her.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just saying. You can't defeat her.
Okay. I believe you. I'm taking your word on it.
We need to get to at least half an hour, which means we need to kill like 2.5 minutes here. Man, this episode. I don't know why I'm saying that this is such a short episode. I just want people to watch this movie, I guess. I don't really have anything interesting to say.
Do you have like a favorite scene?
I have a favorite recurring bit.
Okay.
And that's whenever Eiko is running to school and just like either destroys, causes property damage, or hurts that one person, that one alien.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite scene?
Again, I just like her beating up the machines.
The robots, yeah.
Beako build.
It's so casual too when she does it.
It's like once she just like kicks one and it falls over. The other one, there's just like this big elaborate like transformer she makes, and she just like punches it.
Well, that one they have trouble. Like it's a design flaw. The pilot on the inside can't.
That's the one she kicks.
Yeah, that's one she kicks. Cause it's like, well, I guess it's just standing here, so I'll just kick it over. Do you think you could, with your superpower, to survive 3 kicks? Do you think you could survive 3 kicks of Eiko's?
I mean, yeah, that's how the power works.
All right.
It's 3 kicks.
So she's got to punch you to defeat you.
Either punch or 4 kicks.
Yeah, the 4th kick would do it.
Yeah.
To dust. Do you turn to dust no matter what the 4th kick is? Like if a baby kicks you 4 times, do you go poof?
If it kicked me 3 times previously, yes.
Yeah, a baby kicks you a 4th time.
Mm-hmm.
What's the recharge on that?
Eiko kicks me 3 times and then a baby kicks me, I'm fine because...
Does that reset your Eiko kicks?
I think so.
Or does time reset that? Is it like you get 4 kicks in the span of 5 minutes and you're dead?
I think it's both.
Okay.
It's either 4... It has to be like 4 consecutive kicks from the same person.
Without a break in between.
Without a break in between. Or I always said like an hour. maybe a little longer.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking.
So if I get like kicked 3 times, I gotta get out of there.
Yeah.
It's not a.
Or you gotta have a sidekick who just resets your kick counter every now and again.
Just every time I get kicked, I gotta have somebody behind me just kick me back so it resets.
Can you kick yourself?
Nah.
Okay. You can kick yourself, but that won't.
If I kick myself 4 times, I'm dead.
But it won't reset.
That's my self-destruct button.
But it won't reset. Okay, so that one is not. You kick yourself, even if somebody kicks you in between. Those 4 kicks from yourself within the hour will just straight up kill you.
I think so.
Okay, they don't reset your kick counter, and they don't get reset. Within that until that hour gets passed.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know.
I think I know what you're saying.
I need to make a call to somebody.
Okay. We have not yet test this theory.
Okay, so I guess the point of this episode is just everybody go watch Project A-ko. It's free on Amazon Prime or Freevee, and probably some other places from just my cursory Google. I saw Amazon Prime. I'm like, oh, I've got that.
I think it's on Prime, but it's technically Freevee. So
yeah,
which if you have Prime, you should have Freevee. So yeah, it's pretty easy to get to.
Yeah, if you have the Retro Crush Samsung TV channel, they'll just play it on there occasionally if you keep an eye out for it. So. We'll have to watch the sequel sometime, but we probably won't do any more episodes on this unless there's something we absolutely need to talk about.
Yeah, unless we can talk about it for more than 30 minutes.
Yeah, which, man.
It's a stretch for this one. But
yeah. It's a 90-minute movie. You'd think we'd have more to say, but...
Well, it's just like we don't really want to talk about the plot, because we don't want to kind of spoil it for everybody.
We kind of
there's also not much to it.
Yeah, there really isn't.
She fights stuff.
That's... So that is the plot.
And there's no
the teacher
subliminal plot. There's nothing deep about it. You can't go into themes.
I've got a good. Maybe not my favorite scene, but I like the scene where she's actually on time for school one day.
Okay.
And the teacher is driving a little scooter to school, little motorcycle scooter thing to school, and is just not fazed by her just running as fast or faster than the scooter. It's kudos to that teacher just not being phased, but she really doesn't want people to tell the head principal on her.
Oh, yeah, she's afraid of losing her job, but she's
fine with A-ko's freakish speed and strength, but
just don't be late.
Yeah,
or tell the principal on her when she hits a student. All right. Thanks for listening to this episode. It's kind of a weird one, but go watch Project A-ko. It's really fun. Follow us on Twitter /X @anime_territory. We're on YouTube, Anime Territory, or the Cityscape, and follow us on any podcast services, or most of them.
Yeah, we should be there on most of them. So, you're now leaving the Anime Territory.
Goodbye.